hot doggers? I'm Dan with Hot Dogging with Dan. And I got my friend from Following Keenan.
You know, it can be really frustrating is trying to find out information about laundromats. In this video, I'm going to talk to my buddy Dan. Hot Dogging with Dan. That's who we're going to go talk to. We're going to go into his laundromat here in a minute, and we are going to go over the questions I get from you, the viewers. If you want to get a laundromat and you can crush it, this is the information you're going to need, tips and tricks that we've got, that we've learned the hard way, so you don't have to. Let's get started.
Did you have any experience in laundromats when you got your first one? Is it something that you were looking into, that you had ever looked into?
No. And the only experience I had with coin-operated laundry machines is when my parents had an apartment building, and every Saturday we'd go change out the washers and dryers. But a laundromat in an apartment building is a totally different monkey than a standalone business. So that was the only thing I knew about them. I mean, I couldn't even pronounce my dryer. I couldn't even pronounce some of the names of the equipment, like Hipsch. I couldn't pronounce.
I still struggle with that.
And so I sound like an idiot trying to buy dryers because I got this machine, and people would be like, "What the hell? It's Hipsch. Just say Hipsch." So finally,
when you got your first laundromat, what resources did you use to kind of learn what you were doing, and learn how to run a laundromat?
I got kind of lucky. The guy that sells Speed Queen equipment in my area happens to be one of the largest laundromat, like in 3 states, and they're one of the oldest Speed Queen dealers in the United States. And so that owner kind of took me aside and showed me some things. And then he also brought his repair guys out and said, if you work with our repair guys, I'll charge you half the fee an hour if you help them. Well, then what I did is basically I just wrote down all the tools I needed, and I wrote down all the things that could happen, and I just asked questions, and I just kept asking them. And so literally after 3 or 4 repairs, I got the bulk of what I was going to have to do. Nice. And then, like I said, the other stuff, like how to set up your store, how to do all that stuff, my dealer basically, I just kept asking questions. I figured he'd say no if he couldn't tell me. And that's how I picked it all up. And I still learn it.
Did you retool all of your stores?
Yes and no. I retooled 2 of them, and then the third one I've half retooled it. Not completely, but yeah.
Is it all used equipment or brand new?
It's a mix of both. One laundromat they're used, I rehabbed them, but the other 2 laundromats I've just put in all new dryers. And the washers in one laundromat was all repoed stuff out of North Carolina, and it was from 2008, 2009. A laundromat had folded. The equipment had never even been used, but since it was repoed, I got it I basically bought it 30-some washers for like, I think 90,000. And I've got 60s, 40s, 30s, 20s, top loaders. Wow. Yeah, I got they basically showed up in a truck. I got a laundromat in a truck. And I missed the dryers. He had the dryers, a complete laundromat for $100,000, all new equipment. I missed the dryers by a week. I hadn't closed on this property, and I couldn't make the commitment to buy those dryers. But they were beautiful stainless steel Speed Queen stacked dryers, and I missed them.
I know you got the one laundromat with the dryers that your buddy painted gunmetal gray.
Yep.
Those look awesome, by the way. I'm a fan of them. Do you have all of your laundromats on your YouTube channel, or do you only film at certain ones?
I film at all of them, but I don't talk in detail about the one of them. The one where I have the homeless, I guess I don't film as often there. The one where I do the change outs, those are the other 2 locations. Some people get confused because they seem to think that I don't film the outside of my stores, so they don't really know.
Yeah.
But I do film all of them. It's just I do different things at different ones.
What is most attractive to you about owning a laundromat?
Really, I guess the big thing is it generates really good cash flow. If you get them running right and you get them dialed in, I mean, they make really good money. That's why when I got my first one, I literally put all 30 of my houses I had up for sale and unloaded them within a couple of years, and then bought another laundromat. Because the headache's different. You can manage these headaches as opposed to your rental house, evictions, tearing the house up, rebuilding everything. I don't have to rebuild this. I don't have to put a new toilet in every day. I don't have to evict people. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. I'm not collecting my rent. It's like a McDonald's. People got to come here and give me their money, and then if there's a problem, I got to give it back.
Yeah.
That's a better way to go than a rental house.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But
did you go to school for business when you went to college? Was it for business of any kind?
No, I went to college to become a mechanical engineer, and I changed to construction management. So there is some business to it, but not like what you need to do to run a business. Like I didn't get an MBA or anything like that.
So when did you decide to become an entrepreneur, and why?
Probably when I was like 8. And the reason I did is because my parents were always in property. Like my parents owned a plumbing business, a heating business. My mom was a professor at college. They always had property, and I loved the idea of basically being your own boss, doing what you wanted to do and not answering to somebody else.
And how did you finance it? So you paid 70K cash, or
Yes.
you got a loan?
I got a loan, but the way I get loans is a little different.
So how much did you put down on the loan?
Zero.
If you don't mind my asking.
Zero.
Zero?
I get full financing.
So basically from day one, the laundromat's paying for itself.
Yeah. See, I have so much big equity property, farm ground, and other houses that I use that as collateral. See, when I go to the bank, I don't have to put a downstroke, the down payment, PMI. I don't know what it would cost me because I don't do that. I go to the bank, I say, hey, here's what I want to buy, and I go to the president of the bank and I say, hey, here's what I want to buy, and he goes, okay, what are we going to use as collateral? And I'll pick something. So like that laundromat, it's almost paid off today. So it'll be collateral for my next investment, and I keep doing it. As long as those entities keep making cash flow, I can keep paying for the next ones. That's the trick. You don't want to get too big a debt, and then you can't pay for it, but that's what I do.
Either you got a free laundry, depending on how you look at it, free laundromat or free commercial property, or
Yeah,
both.
and the customers pay for it.
Yeah, that's awesome,
Yeah.
man. You mentioned that you started out investing in real estate. You own the buildings that your mats are in. What was more intriguing to you when deciding to buy your laundromats? The fact that they were laundromats or the commercial real estate side of it?
I was looking for commercial real estate. I was actually looking for property I could rent to somebody else because that's what I like doing.
What ways do you think you could improve your laundromats to increase revenue?
I'm working on my customer service right now because that's my worst feature. For a while, I didn't ignore it. I just wasn't really good at it. And so that's the biggest thing I can increase. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm getting ready to, I have some problematic Horizons. I'm getting ready to put in hard mount 20-pound Speed Queen touchscreen washers. So that will actually help increase it. Adding equipment or painting or doing a little improvements will actually increase your revenue every so often.
Parents basically influenced you to become an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You had that.
Yes.
You had that family history.
Yep. Yeah, so I had a little leg up. When I got out of college, my parents, the neat relationship my parents had, my dad was born in 1913. My mom was born in 49. There was over 30 years difference in my parents. My dad was 66 when I was born, to give you an idea. And my dad's best friend was a banker, owned a bank, one of those small town banks. And in the 70s and 80s, they started buying property, all this defunct property. So that's how they got going. Well, when I got out of college, we were in that period where there was a lot of repos on the market because they were giving all these people loans. My parents said, you need to go buy some rental property. Buy the cheapest thing you could find in the worst area, don't care where it's at, go get it. And so I said, okay, you gonna help me? They go, nope, you figure it out. And that's how it started. And so I bought my first house for $1,600, rented it for $700 a month. In 2007, I sold it for $35,000, and I just kept doing that.
So you said your dad was born in 1913?
Yes.
Fun history lesson. His dad was a year old when the Titanic sank.
Yep.
Think about that.
Yep.
How many hours a week do you spend at your laundromats?
6 to 7 for all three.
6 to 7?
A week, yeah, all three.
You get all of that video footage in 6 or 7 hours?
Well, if you're counting video footage, you might put 10 hours a week. But basically, if I'm not doing YouTube videos and I'm just, see, I don't change them out. I don't clean them. I don't change them out. The only time I go to them is to repair stuff, the way I have mine set up.
Wow.
That's the only time.
You got that creative mind then, man. That's, in your opinion, what are the top 3 things that your customers consider when choosing to come to or return to your laundromat?
How clean it is, does the equipment work, and customer service. If you can handle those 3 things, if you can help them when they get vended a problem, if you can answer a question, if you can make sure that machine's going to run every time they come in without fail, and you can keep it as clean as possible, they will always come back.
I saw you implemented the Google Voice for your customer service part of that.
Yeah.
Is that working out for you?
So far, it's working out really good. I love it.
What's your return? How do you do your returns? And does that play a part in it?
What I do is I have them text me their address. I take them at their word, and have them text me their address, tell me what happened, tell me what machine it happened to so I can check it. and then I just mail it to them.
Once I lift restrictions, I might be looking for somebody. I'm just saying.
Hot dog with Dan.
Hot dog and
Did you hear that? That lady just asked Dan for a job. Now, a little bit ago in the other video, if you watched it, in part 1, you saw that Dan was looking for someone to work his wash, dry, fold. This lady's looking for a job.
I wanted to do that, and I still want to. So what I'm looking for though, I don't want to pay somebody to do it. I don't want an employee to do it for me. I want somebody to come in and run their own wash and fold service out of my office. It's hard to find somebody that understands that concept in this area. People here think you have to have a paycheck every week.
Yeah. I'll give you another idea. See that little office right there? Something that happens in these laundromats is people like yourself, and I have a couple customers like this. They go out and they grab their friends and family that don't want to do their laundry. I know it doesn't sound glamorous. Charge them $1, $2 a pound. Dan lets you come in here, kind of have your little office, and then you just run off the machines. The only money Dan makes is when you...
This is what happens. These are opportunities that will present yourself. Let's stay tuned and see what happens.
You vend the machines. You keep the other money for your friends. And I have customers that do it. They bring bag loads in.
That's cool.
Bag loads in. It's your own little business. And if you think about it, if you charge a friend, I mean, it's $1 a pound, $1.50 a pound is kind of the going rates I've heard. You can look them up. But if you brought in someone else's 20, 30 pounds of clothes once a week.
what you have right there is about 30 pounds per dryer.
Okay.
That's 60 pounds worth of laundry. If you have like friends and family, or if you start advertising to people, letting people know you'll do their laundry for them, just that right there would be 60 bucks in your pocket. Minus what it costs you to do, which is what, 10 bucks?
Exactly.
So you'd have $50 in your pocket. So if you want to do something like
People
that,
do it and they make some serious money.
let me know.
Okay, now that was interesting, wasn't it? That lady went from wanting a job to giving her an idea of what she could do there on her own already and make more money. Help Dan, she makes money. Now I know not everybody that does this is going to strike, you're going to strike pay dirt. Not every time is this going to work. 90% of the time it probably won't. There'll be that 10% though, you will find people that will jump on board. You just got to be willing to jump on those opportunities when they present themselves to you. And they will. You got to be paying attention though. Hey, I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned a lot. If you like this kind of thing and you want us to do a little more of it, put it down in the comments below and say, hey, yeah, I want some more. Even leave questions you have. Dan's got a lot of great content, small YouTuber just like me. He's got a great background in this. He knows what he's doing. I mean, hell, he got a laundromat for free. I mean, a lot of people can't say that. A lot of people end up paying for him. So he is a great resource for you in the future, whether it's a business, a laundromat, or like him, he's in the food business. I mean, he started his own business in the food industry. That's tough. This guy's got it going on. So I invite you to go over to his channel and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any of his content. And like always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.